morning, my dear students. Today I am going to take another class of your social science, that is the first chapter of your political science, and the name of the chapter you can see here, that Indian democracy, for chapter of class 10. So as we all know that due to the various COVID-19 problems, we are unable to take your class on schools, so we organize these online classes. I hope all of you are well. The topic that we have discussed here is the Indian democracy. So as we all know that India is a democratic state and peoples of India are the sole authority of India. So democracy means what? Democracy means that rules by the people. In India, government and whatever the things are there, who will be ruled our country, who will be governed our country, everything is decided by peoples. Representatives, those are there in the parliament, are elected by the peoples by voting. So India is a true sense in a democratic country. As we all know that India got its independence in 1947 on 15th August. So after getting this independence, Indian Constitution was also made, which came into the effect from 26th January 1950. Then all of you should know that India is the biggest democratic country in the world, and besides this, it has the longest written constitution of the world. India's constitution is one of the biggest, longest constitution of the world. So when the time of the independence came in 1945, in Britain, after the election, when the Labour Party won the election, they told that India will get independence very soon. So in this aim and objectives, they sent the cabinet mission in India in 1946 to create a congenial environment in the writings of constitution and all these things. And after that, the Indian government, a cabinet mission, with the proposal of cabinet mission and discussed with the Indian National Congress and other nationalist leaders, a council was made, a drafting committee was made under the chairmanship of B.R. Ambedkar to make the Indian Constitution. And this drafting committee they started to working on the constitution from the 29th August 1947. This committee started making its constitution, and after 3 years hard labor, they make the constitution, and they finally handed over the draft to the Rajendra Prasad, the then president, the first president of India. They handed over the draft to Rajendra Prasad on 29th November 1949, and after the discussions are done, and then it came to the effect from the 26th January 1950. So from that time, India is getting a shape of the democratic country. So in between this time, the time period from 1947, 15th August 1947 to in between the time of 1950, before the Constitution of India came into the effect, India is ruled on the basis of the Government of India Act 1935, which is enacted by the Britishers at that time. So after that, the ideals of the Constitution. As we all know that ideals means the base of the Constitution or the sole authority. These ideals and preambles all are correlated with each other. This preambles is the soul of our Indian Constitution. The things that is written here is the main aspects of the Constitution, which reflects the ideals and objectives, philosophy of the Indian Constitution, and what it wants. All these things are discussed here. So what are the preambles are written? In the preambles what are written, you can read it from here in your book in the page number 3. So I read it for you. See, the preambles of Indian Constitution started with the words "we the people of India." That means the authority of India is the Indian people. Whatever the things will happen, all things will be decided by the Indian peoples only. And Indian peoples will govern the country. and they will elect the representatives. So that's why it is written that we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist, secular, democratic republic. So the main objectives of our constitution is that India is a sovereign country, India is a socialist country, India is a secular country, India is a democratic country, and India is a republic. So with this preambles, Indian constitution came into the effect, and the members, those who are there in the makings of constitution, as I earlier told you, the 7 members are there under the chairmanship of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is the chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee. With him, the other members are there. They are N. Gopalswamy Iyengar, Aladi Krishna Swamy Iyer, K. M. Munshi, Syed Mohammad Sadullah, N. Madhava Rao, and D.P. Khaitan. So these are the 7 members who make the Constitution of India. So with these words, we the people of India in the preamble, the constitution maker make it crystal clear that the actual authority of the India constitution is the Indian people themselves, and they have to right to run and govern the country according to their wish and their election of the representatives. The word that the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. Now what these words means, we'll discuss about these things now. That this sovereign, first word is in the preamble is sovereign. The sovereign means India is a sovereign state, which means that India is solely representatives of its own, that India will govern by its own government. No one, no other peoples, no outside force or no other internally force will do anything towards the India. And Indian peoples are the sole authority of the Indian constitution. So these are the main thing of the sovereign. Now the socialist. So socialist word is added by the 42nd amendment in the year 1976. Earlier this word is not there. So it is told that India is a socialist country. There is no class division. There is no division between the rich and the poor. All the peoples are equal. All the peoples of the country are equal before the law. And all the peoples, started from the president to the common people, all peoples are equal before the law. And all the people should abide and follow the rules of the country. There is no division in this regard. And another one is secular state. So as we all know that India is a secular state, there is no any official language, official religion of India. There is no official religion. And neither the government can't promote any religion. Okay? Each and every religion has the same rights, equal rights. Each and every religion can maintain their religion according to their wish. They can spread their religion. This is written in the Indian constitution, that India is totally a secular state. And then another one, next point is there, democratic. So India is a democratic country. As I told you that it is also written in the preamble that India will be governed by the representatives which are elected by the people, not by any outside force or not by any selected person. All the persons will be elected. Okay? And all these elected persons will be, people will elect them by voting, and they will rule the country. And another one is republic. And the last point, the head of the state, that is the president, who is the head of our India, he will be elected by the pupils, not by selected or not any hierarchical post is there, as we see in the England or other countries, that there is a hierarchical or selected by the queen, then their sons, and their again the queens. This way it is come. But in India, presidents are elected by the pupils. After one president, not his son, begin again the president. Any other person will be elected as a president of the country. In addition, it is also written in the constitution that India will establish justice, equality, liberty, fraternity in all the aspects. That all the peoples of India should get justice. There should not be any discrimination. And liberty. There is the liberty of the people to doing anything, whatever they want, according to the under the law of the Indian constitution. And equality. All peoples will be treated equally. There is no class distinction between the society, in the society, and all peoples are treated equally before the law. So with these aims and objectives, the Constituent Assembly with its aims and objectives, Constituent Assembly, which is formed in 13 December 1946, they give some proposal in this regard that how the country will be like this. And Pandit Nehru and others put forward some objectives resolution that these should be the basics objectives of the Indian Constitution. On the basis of this, Indian Constitution should be written. So what the main points that put forward in the objective resolution, these are that Constituent Assembly is determined to declare India as an independent sovereign republic. That means that India is a republic. India is an independent sovereign republic. No other country should abide to India anything. They don't pressure, they don't control the government or any other force. India will be totally governed by its own people. Then a union state shall be constituted with the British ruled Indian territory, and erstwhile the princely kingdom will join the Indian territory. That, as we all know, that early before the independence, India was divided into small territories. Now they have given rights of their own, that whether they should want to join India or not. And maximum territories have joined India at that time. Now another important thing was written in this aspect, that social, economic and political justice, equality, religious liberty, freedom of expression of thought and the opinion of India people will be duly recognized. It is also written in the Constitution, according to the guidelines of Constituent Assembly, that India will be a social, economic and political justice. All the people will get the justice. Equality is also there and religious liberty is also there. People can practice their own religion without any harassment. And freedom of expression. You can your thought. That means you can quote whatever in your mind. That government, if the government is doing these things, then this will be better. It's your right. You can quote the government. It is your freedom of expression. You can quote, you can give suggestion. You can criticize the government. This is all things are mentioned in the Constitution. And it's also there shall be the measures to safeguard the interest of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, backward class and minority people of the society. As we all know that all peoples are not equally developed. Some peoples are there who are socially backward, some peoples are there who are minority, scheduled tribes, tribal peoples are also there, they are not equally developed. So to develop them, Indian Constitution also told that they should also get the equal benefit of the society. There should be included in the with the main peoples of the society, and there should not be any discrimination. All the peoples are treated equally, and special commissions and ministry was made for their development. And side by side, importance shall be given on the safeguard of the freedom, sovereignty and integrity of the country. It is told that in the Constitution that government will give importance on the freedom, to maintain the freedom, sovereignty and integrity of our country. And then Indian people is the source of all the power. In India, no one is more powerful than the people. When by your voting, you have the most power of the people is the right of the voting. When after every 5 years voting happen, if the government is doing wrong things, people can remove this government easily by giving the vote against them. So this way, the Indian people is the ultimate authority. Not a family or not a particular party is the ultimate authority of India. Besides this, in India, people is the ultimate authority of the country. And with these aims and objectives, these are the ideas was put forward by the Constituent Assembly, which is presided over by the Pandit Nehru. So this way, Indian Constitution came into the effect and India became the democratic state. So besides this, many other arguments, many other points are also there, which we will discuss in our next class. In this chapter, another two topics remain: the federal characteristics of Indian constitutions and the parliamentary democracy in India. So how India became a federal state and how the parliament works in India, all these things we will discuss in another lectures. So I hope that whatever I told you today, that how the Indian democracy started and how India became a democratic state, and what the main basis of the Indian democracy, that is the Indian constitutions, and how the constitution is written, all these things we have discussed today. So I hope all of you have understand this, and remaining topics of this chapter we will discuss in another lectures. So today up to this. So, and again I request all of you, please stay at home and follow the guidelines and directions given by the government of India, and keep your study Don't forget your study. So with this, today we will finish here. Thank you.